only because he was forced to when he was taken prisoner by the Texans in the Battle of San Jacinto.
And so by international law, at that time, he was not representing his country.
All the same, the U.S. Congress might buy the claim. Then Poe could send an army here knowing that Mexican forces will attack it.
Then Poe could talk about a Mexican invasion of American soil, and Congress would have to declare war.
Such a development would test the loyalties of you two men to Mexico, wouldn't it? Both of you came here from the United States, although you, Adolphos, did originally come from Germany.
Juan, remember that these gentlemen have long been an important part of our local Mexican society. Mr. Stillman came here 18 years ago, and his father 20 years ago. And Adolphus came here 10 years ago, and he is your fellow rancher.
And Adolphus is part of our family since he married me. You have no reason to question their loyalty to Mexico.
Senora, I have word that an army under General Zachary Taylor has arrived at Point Isabel. We have been invaded.
Oh, no!
Mr. Stillman, I have orders to escort you and your friends to board a ship bound for the United States. You must come with me at once. Thank you, Senora.
Mother, I'm going to join General Arista's troops. And you, Glavica?
My first duty is to rush home and protect my family. Come, Concepcion.
And then what? You're not going to help the Americans, are you? Or sell beef to them?
Juan, yes, fight to protect our land, but don't insult our guests.
All right. Goodbye, Mother.
God protect us.
The first two battles of the Mexican-American War took place in May of 1846. The Mexicans, including Juan Cortina, try to hold the line at Palo Alto. Cortina's anger flares toward the gringos, and especially towards Adolphus Glavica, who he feels is a traitor. Glavica is selling beef to the U.S. troops and is acting as a scout and a secret courier. During the Battle of Palo Alto, the U.S. troops use a smoke screen to encircle the Mexican troops, who retreat to the Resaca de la Palma. There, the U.S. troops charge the Mexican troops and defeat them. Our next scene takes place in 1850, 2 years after the defeat of Mexico, when Juan Cortina marries Rafaela, his second wife, at the Immaculate Conception Cathedral in Brownsville. Mrs. Cortina reminisces about her son's tumultuous boyhood, remembering how he often ran off from school and got into fights. She tried to tame him by making him hunt for his own food when he had been a bad boy, but she had little success. She commiserates over the death of Cortina's first wife, but tells her son that Rafaela is a new start in their country. Mrs. Cortina also warns Rafaela that she has captured a bull by the horns. In reply, Rafaela confidently, but mistakenly, sings of her ability to hold on to such a man as Cortina.
My dear, you sure have grabbed the bull by the horns now. You better hold on tight.
I know what people are saying. They say that Juan is too wild to be tamed. But don't worry. I know how to handle Cheno. He's had other women, I know what they say. They all think I'm only his choice for today. But I've got my eye on him, he won't get away. He'll always be, always be, always be, always be, always be, always be mine. His previous women were slow on their feet to hold such a man.
Shall we?
The next scene is set at the Cameron County Courthouse in 1852. Charles Stillman is involved in a land dispute. At stake are large portions of land claimed by the old ranchers of the area. Adolphus Glavica is also there because, in a separate case, he is accusing Juan Cortina of the murder of a young man from Kentucky who had been passing through Brownsville to buy mules. Stillman and Glavica are discussing the American victory in the Mexican-American War and describe what had happened to them during that time.